Hello, welcome to this special edition of our program on the July 22nd revolution. 31 years ago, the Gambia would have had 31 years since the army dislodged the Jawara government on the exact date of July 22nd, 1994.
Important at this moment to inform every individual within this country about what is happening and why. A peaceful takeover from the PPP regime took place yesterday, the 22nd of July, 1994. The PPP government has been overthrown and an Armed Forces Provisional Ruling Council headed by Lieutenant Yahya Jammeh has been instituted. The reasons for this takeover are basically that the PPP government was supposed to be democratic and accountable. But this was never the case, as there has never been an independent electoral commission.
Well, we will hear from Sana Sabally, the vice chairman, the short-lived vice chairman, who was only in power for barely 9 months until his ouster with the trumped-up charges of attempting a coup d'etat. He was incarcerated with the Interior Minister, Sadibou Hadra, for 9 years. Sana went to the TRRC to explain what little Gambians knew about the 1994 coup.
We try as much as possible to curtail everything towards the inner team, inner core. However, we are all individually talking or trying to talk to individuals to bring them into the team. And quickly, that is where I said, concerning Major Mama Cham, I could not know whether Edward Singate has anything with him concerning the coup. So, in this
you know, but only that you don't wish to say with certainty that he was co-opted by Edward.
No, I don't know his participation in the preparation and planning stages, but on the 22nd of July, yes, he was in.
As part of the coupists?
Exactly.
Good. So was there any talk of coup d'etat in the camp before the events took place? Were there any rumors?
Correct.
How secret was your mission?
Okay, the secret was an open secret in the camp.
Open secret? Everybody knew about it?
Naturally not, but personally, as I said, whenever I was on duty, at 6 o'clock, for example, 6:30, when we have to bring the flag down, there's a parade, and I used to talk openly about the situation. Then we went to Yundum, because this is my homeland, this is where I know. And as I said, as a support weapons commander, I knew in the armories where every individual weapon is. So it was my part to play, and my assignment also as part of the coup planning, to prepare the weapons.
So the coup was supposed to be on the 21st.
21st.
What was the plan you were supposed to execute?
Okay, Jawara was supposed to come from his holidays, and when he had landed at the airport, I was going to be informed immediately, and I was going to be prepared to make sure that I block the exit and entrance to the airport with my support weapons, so that we contain them with his entourage right inside the airport perimeter, to get him arrested and his entourage.
Who was to arrest him?
Edward Singate and Yahya Jammeh.
How were they to do that?
Yahya had the support of the military police at the time. I had support of the 1 Infantry Battalion at the time. Everything was in place. I was only waiting for a call from Jammeh or Edward to start my operation.
Did the call come? Did it come?
It never came.
Can you tell us what you learned happened eventually?
Okay, for me at that particular point was everything was completely destroyed, meaning we had a problem and we had to go into contingency plan B. When A fails, you have a contingency plan B. What do you do next?
What were your plans in order of hierarchy?
Okay, contingency plan was, we had all along on many occasions tried to see where we can get Jawara himself directly without involving the civilians to avoid casualty. And in this direction, we had many times tried to see if we can arrest him at his garden, because he was there almost every Thursday. But we realized if we had to embark on that, that would be a lot of loss of lives, especially on the side of the PG. This is the presidential guard bodies, and also the women civilians who were always with him at the garden. So we waved that option out, and we looked for another option. And this come in, he was coming on the 21st at the airport. So we thought this is the chance.
And what was the alternative to that particular plan?
Alternative was, when that failed, we wage a war, we get hostages, and then we raise the flag, and then UN can come in for our security.
Was it also part of your plan that you would rob the central bank?
Never. But that is, I had that, I nearly fall down. Yeah, because you are not yet in Banjul, how can you get to the central bank?
Yahya Jammeh himself, on the day they went to the radio to announce the coup, it was all news for many people to stamp out corruption, flamboyant lifestyle.
There was rampant and outrageous corruption to a scale that the nation's coffers were looted by few individuals who, for the past 3 decades, made sure that they remained at the top. Misuse of public funds and embezzlement of the state machinery for private ends was the order of the day. The majority of Gambians are poorer today than they were in 1965.
Well, next up, we want to find out, where are all these people? Edo Singate, Sadibo Hydra, Yankuba Ture, Sana Sabally, and Yahya himself, 31 years on. Well, Yankuba Ture, as you know, is incarcerated in Mile 2 on a life in prison sentence. Edward Singate, the last time he was seen was at the TRRC. It is believed that he's in Nigeria, but actually no one can tell you where he is. Well, as for Sana Sabally, the last time we checked with him, this is the message he sent to us when we were doing this story. Good morning, I am in Ukraine. Well, this message was dated 14 June 2025. Good morning, I am in Ukraine. As a result, I am not at good liberty to be readily communicating with everyone at all times. I have very limited free time at my work. Medical services here is very demanding. I hope you are following the international news on TVs and radio. After that, what happened? What is your say? What do you think about the July 22nd revolution? What has it done? If anything, what is the legacy left by the July 22nd coup? My name is Ibrahim Balde. We would like to hear from you.